Good morning everyone. In this video we will study about gout, that is also a joint disorder. So let's begin. Gout is a metabolic disorder characterized by elevated serum uric acid level and deposit of urate crystals in synovial fluids and surrounding tissue in joints. Means what basically happen in this disease? It is basically a metabolic disorder in which there will be elevation of serum uric acid level. Means in gout there will be the increase in the uric acid level and there will deposition of some urate crystals in the synovial fluid present in the synovial joints, as well as some surrounding tissues also in joints. Next, it is a type of arthritis that is characterized by sudden severe attacks of joint pain with redness, warmth and swelling in the affected area. Means it is basically a type of the arthritis in which there will be sudden, quick or severe attack of joint pain which will cause redness, warmth and swelling in that affected area. It will basically usually attacks only one joint at a time. Means there are several joints present in our body, but when attack occurs it will attack only one joint at a particular time. It basically often strikes the joint of the big toe. Mostly the joint that it affects is basically the joint present in the big toe, where it is also known as podogoa, but other toes can also be involved. Next, their causes initially caused by an excess of uric acid in the blood. Means the main cause of the gout is increase in the level of or excess level of uric acid present in the blood. And this uric acid level present in the blood in scientific we will know called as hyperuricemia. Next, uric acid is produced in the body through the breakdown of purines, specific chemicals, compounds that are found in certain food such as meat, poultry and seafood. Means uric acid basically produced in the body when there is the breakdown of purines, that is an specific chemical compounds, and these are found in certain foods such as meat, poultry and seafoods. Next, cause is age and gender. Man produce more uric acid as compared to women, but after menopause in women the uric acid level in women is equal to men. Next, weight gain. Being overweight increases the risk as there is more tissue in the body for turnover or breakdown, leading to the production of excess uric acid. Means other cause is weight gain. If the person is having overweight, it will increase the risk. Why it will increase the risk? Because there is more tissues in the body for turnover or breakdown, which will further leads to production of excess or elevated uric acid. Next, their medications. There are certain medication which can increase the level of uric acid in the body, that are diuretics and drugs such as salicylate and niacin, etc. Next is lifestyle factors. If you are eating a high purine diet, which will increase the amount of uric acid in the body. Next is some genetic factors. A family history of gout can increase the likelihood of the condition developing. Some other health problems. If the kidneys are unable to eliminate waste products adequately, which will cause renal insufficiency, then uric acid level can remain high. Means if kidney is functioning abnormally, if kidney is unable to function properly, then it will unable to eliminate waste product, and if it will be unable to eliminate waste product, then the uric acid deposition will occur in the body, which will further increase the level of uric acid. Next, there are some other factors also which will cause gout, like high blood pressure, which is known as hypertension, diabetes, and hypothyroidism. Now their clinical manifestation, their sign and symptoms. So let's begin. Their sign and symptoms of the gout are almost acute, occurring suddenly, often at night and without warning. Means the sign and symptoms of gout are almost acute, mean for a short duration, and it can occur suddenly or quickly or rapidly, often at night and without warning. Now intense joint pain. Gout usually affect large joint of the big toe. Usually it affect which joint? That is present in the big toe, but it can also occur in other joints that is present in feet, ankle, knees, hands and wrist. Now next is lingering discomfort, and next symptoms is inflammation and redness in the joint. Now their diagnosis. First is joint fluid test. It is a clinical procedure of using a syringe to collect synovial fluid from a joint capsule. It is used in the diagnosis of joint. Joint fluid test is known by another name, arthrocentesis. What we will do in this test, we will take a syringe, and in this through syringe we will collect some synovial fluid that is present in the synovial joint in their capsule, and then we will check the content or functioning or amount of the synovial fluid present in the synovial joint, and we will confirm the gout. Next, blood test. In this we will measure the uric acid level present in the blood. If the uric acid level is below or above than normal level or reference level, then we can confirm that the person is having gout or not. Next is urine test, and this test is used to measure the uric acid level in urine. So in this test we will measure the uric acid level that is present in urine. If it is low or high than their reference range, then we can detect that the person is having gout or not. Next is X-ray. X-ray of extremities, hands and feet are sometimes useful in late stage of the disease. Here we will take some X-rays or constitute the X-rays which will sometime useful in the detection of a late stage of the disease. Next, their treatments. If we are confirmed about gout, then how we can treat it, how we can cure it. So let's begin. The goals of treatment for gout are fast pain relief and prevention of future gout attacks and long term complications such as joint destruction and kidney damage. Means the motto or the main goal, the aim of the treatment of gout is means to relieve from pain, because in gout patient the person is having severe attacks of pain. So first our aim is for treatment is, or goal for treatment is prevention of fast pain or prevention of future gout attacks. There are various gout attacks at night and several times, so we will try to treat or prevent their future gout attacks and some long term complications that occurs in gout patient such as joint destruction and kidney damage. So main our goal is to cure this type of treatments. So first is NSAID. It basically controls inflammation and pain in people with gout. The person having a gout is having a severe attack of pain and inflammation. So we will try to control inflammation and pain by providing NSAID such as indomethacin, ibuprofen, etc. Next is corticosteroid such as prednisone. This can also reduce inflammation and pain. Next is colchicine. It is type of a pain reliever that effectively reduce gout pain. Now medication that block uric acid production. As we know, in gout there is a elevated uric acid level, so we will provide some medication that will block uric acid production. Next is first category is xanthine oxidase inhibitor. So what is xanthine oxidase? Xanthine oxidase is a type of enzyme that catalyzes the oxidation of hypoxanthine to xanthine to uric acid means xanthine oxidase is a type of enzyme. It will catalyze the oxidation or hypoxanthine to xanthine. It will convert hypoxanthine to xanthine and further to uric acid. But when we will provide xanthine oxidase inhibitors, and what these xanthine oxidase inhibitors will do, this will inhibit the activity of xanthine oxidase such as allopurinol and fevuzodate, etc. Next, medication that improve uric acid removal means if the kidney is unable to reduce or function properly or unable to eliminate waste product, then we will provide such medication that will improve the uric acid removal. Example is probenecid, which will improve kidney's ability to remove uric acid from the body. It will increase the power or the functioning of the kidney to eliminate uric acid from out of the body. This may further lower uric acid level and reduce risk of gout. Now their prevention. First is eat a moderate amount of protein, preferably from healthy sources such as low fat or fat free dairy, eggs and nut butter, etc. But how we can prevent? We will eat a moderate mild amount of protein, which will preferably from healthy sources such as low fat or fat free dairy, eggs and nut butter, etc. Next, drink about 2 to 4 liters of fluid each day, with at least half being water. Means we should drink 2 to 4 liters of fluid each day, and in that half should contain water. Next is their pathophysiology. Pathophysiology means increase uric acid level. If there is increase in the uric acid level due to some environmental factors, due to some genetic factors, etc., then hyperuricemia occurs. Hyperuricemia means there will be increase in uric acid level in the blood, which will further cause deposition of monosodium urate crystal, that is also known as tophi, and these crystals tophi will deposit in the soft tissue and joints. When this tophi is deposited in the soft tissue and joints, it will activate the monocytes and macrophage, and when monocyte and macrophage activation occurs, it will release some cytokines like TNF alpha, etc. And when there is a release of cytokines, it will cause neutrophils to secrete inflammatory mediators such as histamine, serotonin, and when this type of inflammatory mediators releases, it will create some acidic environment which will further produce or create more deposition of urate crystal, and when there is a deposition or high amount of deposition of urate crystal, it will precipitate the gout. Thank you. I hope you all have understand my video. Thank you.